It's been around 6 seasons since the 2018 trade window, and I am here to discuss and grade every single trade now that we do have hindsight. Now, the first trade, getting right into this, was Lincoln McCarthy. Now, he went from Brisbane to Geelong, effectively for around a pick 50. Injury problems absolutely ruined him at Geelong, so he didn't have much trade value anyway. So Geelong basically had no option. Give him a fresh start. It's been great for Brisbane. I'm also ranking these, or grading them, sorry, based on what the team that chose them got. So I'm not doing this on Geelong's side, like how much did they get for getting rid of Lincoln McCarthy. It's how much has Lincoln McCarthy done for Brisbane given what what was given up for him. And it's been a good trade for Brisbane and for him. He's done really well. He's played 114 games. He's been fucking class. Let's give that trade a A. Albeit that, the injury problems were a bit scary for Brisbane, but he's been pretty fit. Wow, this is a throwback. Corey Ellis and Anthony Miles. What the fuck? Now, the Gold Coast got both Corey Ellis and Anthony Miles from the Richmond Football Club. Ellis played 4 games. Miles played 17 games. Richmond got a pick 46 who they ended up choosing Hugo Ralph-Smith for. It's a bit, in fact, it's a fucking massive L from Gold Coast. Look, they didn't lose much. I mean, in terms of the grand scheme of things, like when you look at the actual trade, Gold Coast dub up. But I mean, Ellis and Miles, based off what they've done for Gold Coast, it's been a pretty horror show for them. And to be completely honest, I don't even know why they chose Corey Ellis in the first place. Anthony Miles, I did get, he was pretty decent for Richmond. That trade probably gets a D. Yeah, we'll give that trade a D. Moving on, Nathan Kruger. Now, Nathan Kruger, was, he went to Geelong from Carlton for pick 42. Fucking hell, I can barely speak. Albeit Carlton lost this trade, Geelong definitely dub up. He is now playing for Collingwood. He was decent, showed glimpses at Geelong. I think it would get a B, maybe a C plus actually. I feel like C plus is pretty fair given that Kruger has always had his injury problems. Moving on to a big trade. This was, one of the biggest trades throughout the window from memory. It had to do with the Port Adelaide and North Melbourne trade. Jasper Pittard and Jared Polec, both very good for Port Adelaide. In particular, Jared Polec was a phenomenal player for Port Adelaide on that wing, and his trade value was enormous at that time. North Melbourne gave up a fuck ton for both of those players. We've got pick 11 and a round 4 for, Pittard, Polec, and a pick 48. So North Melbourne, they didn't lose all too much. Now, Pittards and Polec have been woeful for North. Polec playing 42 games, Pittard playing 33 games. It is an E. Like, the trade simply has to get an E given how bad both have been for North. But given they got pick 48 in return for pick 11 and round 4 pick, it's not all too bad. And now we're not involving draft pick trades. This is all